Welcome to Disney Springs, as we're here on a fairly nice day. It rained a little bit earlier in the day, but it seems to have opened up a little bit and we're getting a little bit of sunshine. I figured today would be a great day to walk around Disney Springs, show you a few things that I see when I come here. A little bit of construction, as you can hear in the background. That would be the NBA Experience. We're going to go check that out, see the progress on that as well, and then possibly visit Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter. You might recognize this plot as the old Disney Quest location. That has been since demolished and a new building is being built to house the new NBA Experience set to open later this year, summer of 2019. Hopefully you can hear me, but it looks like the CityWorks bar, which is going to be attached to it, should be opening in winter 2019. Down near the Sassagoula Steamboat Company dock, there's a nice little hidden path that a lot of people don't know about. If you're trying to avoid huge crowds at Disney Springs and still get to the other side, it's not a bad way to go. It's actually quite tranquil with all the water, and oh look, you can actually see one of the car boats. Not too long ago, Disney Springs opened up a restaurant called Jaleo, operated by Jose Andres, and they've got some pretty interesting stuff, mostly a cuisine that's centered around food from Spain. Across the way, you actually have the DVC resort of Saratoga Springs. Might have to check that out one day. I've never been there. Just recently, Disney Springs opened up a mac and cheese truck with quite an interesting menu. I think that is actually Cheetos on top. I don't know about that. Straight ahead, you can see Stargazer's Bar, which is attached to the Planet Hollywood Observatory. Haven't eaten there yet, heard it's okay, but with so many good options here at Disney Springs, I don't really know if it's really high up on my to-do list. Maybe one day. Right next to that is Enzo's Hideaway. Trying to be more of a speakeasy. It's actually very pretty down here. Looks like they added a few tables to their dining experience here. Yeah, they added a few tables. Very clever putting them underneath the bridge on those really, really hot days. But it's very pretty out here. I tell you what, when it is not crowded here, Disney Springs is a very pretty place. I'm very relaxed right now. I haven't even eaten yet. So something that's pretty cool at Disney Springs, there's only a few restaurants that have it, is if you go to the Walt Disney World app, you can actually order your food through mobile order. Go ahead and select Deluxe because it knows I'm right here. Go ahead and order food. Ooh, they changed this. Let's see, I'm probably just gonna get what I normally get, the classic cheeseburger. No, I do not want a gelato shake, even though that sounds really good. A regular order of fries. Yes. Okay, it's a little pricey, but everything on Disney property usually is. And purchase. And it says when you're ready, just hit that, and I am ready to eat. Alrighty, visit the counter. Easy. Alright, got the food super hot, looking great. Oh yeah, right out of the fryer. And then an orange. I mean, it's a float, alright. Have to mix it up, but it looks good. Alright, let's do this. I feel like it gets better and better each time I cook. It's hot. It's good. Alright, let's see if they have this pen that Jen is looking for. It's a Journey into Imagination with Figment pen. Here it is. We'll surprise Jen with it. Look who I found! It's Jen!
Yay!
Slightly sick though.
Yeah. I don't expect too chipper.
We're looking for sloth merchandise. Oh, I see a sloth, a pink one.
It's got a little... Wait, no. Slothy! That's adorable.
Slothy.
Yeah.
You can get the sloth back.
I want it.
Planned on procrastinating and never got around to it. I'm not lazy. I just enjoy doing nothing. Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah. That's a big sloth.
Soft.
That's a big sloth. We're off to Riverside, Port Orleans. Never been there before. Oh, I got you something, by the way.
Oh, hiccups. Joking. I don't even have to get it.
Nope. I got it. So we are at Port Orleans Riverside. As you can see, it's actually a combination of the French Quarter and the Riverside, which was the newer edition. Not by much though. It's themed more to the Mississippi, kind of along the Mississippi River type of theme. Really cool sections. All this is considered Alligator Bayou. Got the Acadian House, and then the Magnolia Terrace, Oak Manor, and Parterre Place. I'd like to check them all out and see what they look like. They look pretty nice from the river. And here is the Riverside Mill and Market food court. It's pretty much the food court of Port Orleans Riverside. It used to be called Colonel's Cotton Mill Food Court back in the day before they rethemed the whole Riverside area from Disney's Dixie Landing to Port Orleans Riverside. They kind of combined the two. It's actually too bad that Port Orleans is so hard to get to because it's actually very pretty. And there's a lot of scenery. They put a lot of thought into the theming. I feel like we haven't had a resort this well themed in a long time here in Disney World. I guess you could say Art of Animation's pretty themed, but you don't get this level of theming. So we are walking along Alligator Bayou, going around the whole loop, taking a very scenic view, and then we'll hit up the manors that make up Riverside. So Alligator Bayou is pretty much home to all these different rooms that people stay in. It's probably the oldest addition to Riverside, and then kind of got blended in when they decided to open up the manor houses on the other side of the lagoon. But you can definitely tell it's very quaint. I wouldn't mind staying here, honestly. So as we keep going across Magnolia Bend, here's the first manor house on Magnolia Bend, the Acadia House. Very pretty. And right up against the river. The next manor on Magnolia Bend is the Magnolia Manor. Very pretty. Once again, ultra detailed on its theming with a nice gazebo overlooking the water and the archways. Stunning. Also, right across the bridge is Old Man Island, which is where the kids can go and hang out at the pool. It's one of the many pools that are part of Port Orleans Riverside. So there's the Riverside unloading station that we just got off at. We went around, we saw the water mill, went all the way around, saw some of the manors, and now we are here next to Oak Manor. Now what's unique about the Oak Manor, it's a part of 2,000 rooms that Disney recently renovated on the Riverside resort to include royal guest rooms, and those are going to be rooms that are themed to Princess Tiana and all the different princesses. Obviously more money, but definitely an unforgettable experience if you're young. And then the last and final manor is the Parterre Place. I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm probably mispronouncing that, but Parterre Place is the last of the manors. Another photogenic view of one of the manors here at Port Orleans Riverside Resort. You can see that it's got Belle and Tiana, so definitely a heavy princess presence at this resort. So now that we've gotten a good view of Riverside, I think we're going to make our way over to the French Quarter, check it out. I've never actually been to the French Quarter. I've been to Riverside once, but never stayed there. But I've never actually been to the French Quarter. I hear it's pretty fun, really good beignets there. I might have to try one of those before we head back over to Disney Springs. And here we are at the French Quarter side of Port Orleans. A distinctly different architecture. You can definitely see with the wrought iron design and the funky colors of the doors that seem to pop off. Definitely has the characteristics of a bayou feel, unlike Riverside, which is more of the Dixie, Mississippi River type. So it's definitely two distinct styles, but both unique in their own way. Another group of people coming over to the Riverside from Disney Springs. Hello, people. Here we are right next to the pool of French Quarter. I love the walkways here, look like streets. It's very cool. And you got the Sassagoula Float Works and Food Factory. I'm assuming that's where the beignet is, so I'll have to check that out. And you've got an alligator playing a saxophone. Take it away, alligator. Alright. So I made sure I got some Mickey beignet donuts with some strawberry sauce as my reward for making it this far. Let's try it. So I'm gonna try it without the strawberry sauce and see how it is first. A lot of powdered sugar. It tastes like a really good donut. Now with the strawberry sauce. I should have got a napkin. I think it's better with the strawberry sauce. Yeah, it is. Here's a visual representation of kind of where we went on the Sassagoula River. We started in Disney Springs Marketplace, and then past the west side, past Saratoga Springs, Old Key West, and here we are right here. But they dumped us off over at Riverside, so we did the whole loop, came back around. Now we're gonna board the boat to go all the way back to Disney Springs. That's interesting. I didn't know that's how they pulled towels around the resort. Almost like a train. And that is gonna wrap up our trip to Port Orleans. Wow, what a pretty resort. Didn't realize it was that gorgeous until you get to really walk around in it. But now we're gonna take the boat back to Disney Springs and go from there. Goodbye, Port Orleans. Goodbye. It was nice visiting you. So, several months back, they revamped all of World of Disney, kind of took out a lot of the Disney elements, made it more of a department store. I'm not a huge fan of the design. I like the openness. They're able to get more merchandise out, but I'm not a huge fan of the theming. I'll let you check it out for yourself. You can tell that it's much more open than it used to be. Less walls, constricting flow. I don't know if I like the theme though. It's kind of like a warehouse theme. Feels like a gap. This is the theme park abstract art collection of Mickey. Magic Kingdom, I guess. Epcot. Mickey looks lost.
My personal favorite is the Studios one. It's got the movie reels. I really like that in the film. And you've got Animal Kingdom, which is kind of a wood look for Disney, a tree.
Let's see how much these are.
$40.
Whew. You could even buy your own Infinity Gauntlet for the low, low price of $100. Also, I've been told that the snap feature has been disabled due to safety reasons. Let's celebrate Mickey's birthday, that is. Turning 90. You look pretty good for 90, Mick. Not sure if these are new or not, but looks like for $28 you get the cozy knit set. You can do Minnie, old school Minnie. You can do Bambi. And they got some new Disney shirts out. I really like that one. And Oswald, can't go wrong with Oswald. Mr. Toad. Retro Space Mountain. I really like the blueprint of the castle. That's pretty cool. Dinglehopper. Dumbo. DuckTales, woohoo. That's pretty cool. I like the retro design. I like this. It's got like the sketch of each one, the artwork. That's pretty cool. I keep coming back for this, so I think I'm gonna get it. So that'll conclude our adventure for today. We did some pretty fun things. We went to Disney Springs, had some lunch. We decided to go on the boat ride over to Port Orleans Riverside. Check that out, beautiful resort. And then we went to the French Quarter, had some beignets, hopped back on the boat, came back one last time through Disney Springs. What a wonderful day. I can't say anything else other than the fact that I kind of want to stay there now. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below and definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you get the newest updates when we bring out a new video. Until next time, Trekkers, see you soon.